The second Build and Grow Conference on Science and Technology Exchange was held in Chengdu, bringing together over 6,000 guests from more than 100 countries and regions.
This is the second conference of Belt and Road Ministers of Science and Technology to which a Cuban delegation comes. Now, on this occasion, due to the importance of the conference, we have 9 delegates. Also the Director General of Science and Technology of the Ministry of Science and Technology of Cuba. We also have the ambassador, the Cuban ambassador. We have also the director of the Cuban Center for Neuroscience, which is the partner of the University of Electronic Science and Technology for the recently created Belt and Road Lab. We have also the scientific director of the Center for Molecular Immunology. And the idea is to increase the scientific, also the entrepreneurial interactions, not only with China, but also with the rest of the Belt and Road countries. The way the Cubans see this effort is it's a way that is urgently needed now. So this initiative is extremely important because it is, let's say, a well-thought and sustainable road to the development of everyone, of all countries, with the effort of all countries.
Professor Pedro A. Valdés Sosa, a pioneer in the field of brain science in Cuba, has lived in Chengdu for over a decade. Now, in his advanced years, he remains dedicated to frontline brain research, including neurological disorders such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. He led the founding of a global giant laboratory for brain science and continues to promote international scientific cooperation and knowledge sharing.
I've been working in several directions. Some of them is for the early diagnosis of brain disorders, such as Parkinson, dementia, the long-term effects of malnutrition, which is a widespread Barbados study. You're well aware of that we've continued. We've developed brain charts, atlases of the brain development in 9 countries, which we're going to expand now. Now, one of the major results that we have has been the internationalization of our work. It has been through the Global Brain Consortium, which precisely from here, from Chengdu with Montreal, and with the efforts of Cuba, we managed to create an organization that now has 35 countries. And our plans is to continue what we're doing, which is to share openly software, data, technology. And that was one of the things that today resonated in the inauguration of this conference. The need for science to be open, to be shared for the development of humanity. So that's what we share. And that's why we're so enthusiastic of being here. Well, I believe that I have responsibility to promote, let's say, the spreading not only science and technology, but also cultural, but also social concerns. I also do this in Cuba. Every time I go to Cuba, I'm invited to speak at, say, the General Assembly of the Academy of Sciences, the meeting that the President of Cuba has with the scientists. There I explain in detail. I'm asked to, because everybody's very curious, everybody's very enthusiastic in Cuba about China. I mean, we're longtime friends.
At the conference, the Chengdu Declaration on jointly building the Build and Grow Science, Technology and Innovation Community was issued, emphasizing that only through broad global cooperation can innovation in science and technology reach new heights, expanding opportunities for national development and enhancing the well-being of all humanity.
So we've signed, this has been done recently, and it is to promote more and more exchange. Looking back, the recommendation is be audacious, no? Listen to older people, but filter what you want. Grab onto a topic with passion. It has to be the meaning of your life. And no amount of effort is wasted if it is the meaning of your life. There's going to be more and more unification of science. An example is artificial intelligence. For example, for the brain, we will learn from artificial intelligence about how the brain works, but we will also use what we know about the brain to improve artificial intelligence. So we're in an exciting time. There's an enormous opportunity for us. And I think that the best example is China. When everybody thought that artificial intelligence was going to be owned by certain countries, well, out comes DeepSeek. And it shows that what is important is initiative, creativity, and then you can overcome anything and become world leaders. The process of liberation of science and technology for humanity, and that's what the Belt and Road is. The interactions between scientists, the creation of joint laboratories, but I think we're only at the start. The Belt and Road represents the majority of humanity if you look at it numerically. This Belt and Road initiative as a sustainable development which will benefit everybody.